Welcome back, everyone. And in this video, we explore concept of conditional statements and decision making in Python. You learn how to control the flow of our program based on certain conditions. Additionally, you will dive into loops and iteration, which allow us to repeat tasks and perform action multiple times. So let's get started. Python provides several conditional statements that enable us to make decisions and execute specific blocks of code based on certain conditions. These statements allow our program to be flexible and respond dynamically to different situations. Let's begin by understanding the if statement. Here is a basic example of an if statement in action. We can write if 25 bigger than 80, else we can run the code and we get lower. We can also switch here and we get bigger. So if the condition is true, we go over print. If the condition is false, we go over print lower. So we run the program and we saw the messages how are displayed in the console. Now let's dive into more complex else and ifs. So for example, if you want to have more than one if statement, you can do this. You can define a variable age, put it here, and if it is equal with 80, if else is bigger than age, we can put here else less than 80. So we have age that is equal with 0. Eight. So we can't drink. It goes over this elif. So for example, if we put let's say 80, it goes over the first. And if we put let's say 21, go over the third. Now let's dive into for loops. Let's say you want to go to grocery store and you want to have a list of fruits. So you can write apple, banana, or vegetables. Cherry. This is a string. We learned about this in the past tutorials. Now we can iterate over each element of this string using fruit in fruits and print fruit. and iterated over the elements in this. So yeah, this is about for loops. We can now go over while and how while works in Python. We can write count less than 5, and we can print count of count. So as long as the condition is true, we'll print continuously. Oh, 1 second. I came from the Go tutorials. I get one of these because I wanted to put a plus here. And yeah, so we basically iterated here and we stop when we get to 5. Pretty simple. Now that we covered the basis of conditional statements, for loops, and while loops, let's take things up a notch and explore more advanced techniques. We'll go over nesting loops and break statements. So, if you want to iterate in Python, let's say from 0 to 5 or from 0 to 10,000, you can use range. This will go from 0 until 5. So yeah, printed 5 elements. If you want a nested loop, you can do this. So basically it's going like this. I'll take a print here to understand. So it first e will be equal with 1. And when e is equal with 1, j will become 0, j will become 1, j will become 2 from here. Then when the condition is no longer met, we'll go over e, that is equal with 2, for example. And we'll do this over and over until the condition for the e is met. So when it gets to 5, it will stop. This is how the way nested loop works. So let's write an if here and say if e is equal with 3 and j is equal with 2, we can break. So what break means? Break means that we will break the ifs when or the statement when e is equal to 3 and j is equal to 2. We can print it to see. So as I said, e is equal to 0, j is equal to 0. And now it will iterate over j continuously until it finished j, because we have 3 elements 0, 1, 2. And now e will be equal with 1. 0, 1, 2, e will be 2, and so on until we get to 3. When e is equal with 3 and j is equal to 2, we'll break from this loop. And we'll go over the next iteration of I. This is actually interesting way to do for loops, because you can always put break if you know that you can exit loops faster. Nested loops and for loops, it's better to stop them earlier if you can, because they will go over, the processor will go over iteration over and over and over again, and you can actually go into an endless loop. Like for example, if you have a while that's it always is true, you can write it like this. And let's say you have a count here is equal with 0, and if this count, we can do this, and now let's print it, and we get into an endless loop. So basically the condition is met continuously, and this count will sum up until the end of the processor and the memory, because you will come a time when numbers will be very hard to sum up, and you'll have a less memory, and actually your operating system will break. But you will need some time. But you can do a more interesting thing. So for example, if count is equal with 10, we can do a break here. So we break out of the for loop. This why we'll need to use always break if you can, or to put a good condition here. So that concludes our tutorial. We go over advanced some advanced techniques, let's say, for beginners. Uh, we went over ifs, for loops, while loops, and we do some nested loops. This with this you can create complex programs that handle various conditions and perform repetitive tasks efficiently. So we cover basic stuff in this video, and thank you for watching, guys. See you next time, and also don't forget to subscribe. Bye.